Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. Join our resident anime nerd Mackenzie and anime noob Lindsey as they delve into their VHS vault and review the best and worst of what the 80s and 90s had to offer. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that.
So I was talking to one of the clowns last night, and they had a question. If the circus did a Dragon Ball show, would the clowns deliver Kamehamehas?
God damn it. Kaioken times fun! That is a fantastic joke.
I love her so much for thinking of that.
Oh no.
Yep.
Oh.
Welcome to the episode of Animates.
In case you haven't guessed by that little joke there or seen the episode title, we are discussing a huge part of my childhood
Yeah, I was
today.
going to say, you must be very excited.
I am so excited because we are talking about the 1986 Dragon Ball series.
Oh, woo!
Woo, woo, woo,
I
woo.
don't know what that was.
Originally starting as a manga, this Journey to the West inspired story was written by the man himself, Akira Toriyama.
Ah, yes.
Dragon Ball and all of its successors have been a huge powerhouse across a all different types of media.
It's true. It's true. It's a huge series.
Like manga, TV shows, movies, toys, clothing,
Oh, yeah.
everything you
It's
can
just like
think
a
of.
big cultural, apex.
Oh yeah, huge.
Like, I mean, aside from Pokemon, it's probably the first anime I think of.
Oh yeah, because it came before all of those.
Yeah.
Kids had Dragon Ball before they had Pokemon, before they had Digimon, before they had most of their stuff. And when I say big, I mean the Dragon Ball manga alone sold 260 million copies.
Holy crap.
It's a lot.
That's so
There's
much.
516 chapters or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I mean, very successful.
Yeah, and I'm not kidding when I say this was my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And seriously, if any of those who are doubting I'm a true fan, I have a little story for you here.
Oh man.
Not only
Never mind the fact that we're sitting in front of 7 Dragon Balls.
that is true, full size.
Yep.
Not only did I have a Dragon Ball Z club in elementary school where I was Trunks, not only did I learn to spin a bow staff like Goku's power pole,
Incredible.
not only did I have a bunch of toys, which I still have, but I went all in on Trunks. I'm talking grade 5, purple mushroom cut.
Hell yeah.
The coolest dude around. That is a lie. But in my mind, the coolest dude. Don't know why my parents let it happen. And they probably shouldn't have, because it led to a couple years later me rocking leopard print pants and a 2-foot tall mohawk. But I digress.
I was like, you had a look.
I did have a look. But I was in deep. I was primarily Dragon Ball Z because it was the easier one to watch.
Yeah.
But I would get up at 6 a.m. to watch Dragon Ball just so I could. Oh man, I fucking love this series so much.
Man.
And here's the thing. Be honest with me as we watch if you did or didn't like it. It's not like our friendship or the podcast is on the line or anything.
Man. Except, is it?
No.
Oh man.
No.
Oh man.
But I had a blast watching this. Now, is there any connection to your childhood at all with Dragon Ball Z? Did you have any crush on any boys or any characters you may have seen or people in your life that watched it? Or
No, I think the only thing, I for some reason have this memory of being at our friend's house in Red Deer and just watching the Dragon Ball Z theme song.
Dragon Ball.
Sure.
Dragon Ball Z.
I literally don't remember anything about it. I do not remember how it goes, but I just remember seeing it and being like, yep, that's Dragon Ball Z.
Okay, so you're coming into this pretty fresh.
Yeah, I'm coming into this super
Most
fresh.
of the knowledge you get from things I've said.
Yeah, it's like pop culture reference. So I understand Kamehameha and it's gonna take 7 episodes to power up and shit like that.
Now-
I understand the concept.
Yeah.
I think you know what I have seen?
What?
Dragon Ball Evolution.
All right, you know what? We're not getting into that because that thing makes me want to throw myself off my balcony.
I know. I watched it because of Yumi Hamasaki did the music for it, and I loved her when it came out.
That's the only good thing about it then.
It truly is.
I've never even seen it because I just know it's terrible.
It even has James Marsters in it.
Yeah, well, Akira Toriyama has never let another live action happen after that because of how
that's
terrible
good
it was.
because it was awful. It was so and like the acting was so bad, which is a shame because like Justin Chatwin and like Emmy Randowski, I don't know how to say her last name.
That's fine.
She's also a very good actor, but it's just so bad.
Yeah. But we're not here to talk about that.
No.
We're here to talk about Dragon Ball.
That'll be a bonus content for like the Patreon is I'll make you watch that movie.
Oh, you just watch me cry the whole time.
Yep, it'll be great.
Let's start where we always do with the intro and outro music.
Yeah. Well, this was interesting because you played both the Japanese and the English version for me.
Yes, and they're slightly different.
Yeah, the instrumentation is very different.
Same like progression, same quote unquote song.
There was a stankier bass in the
English version.
In the English version.
But better piano in the Japanese, I found.
Yeah,
a little more thumpy.
Yep.
But it's fine.
It's there. I think it was effective. I think it was good at introducing the series and, getting you prepared for what's going on.
Yeah, it wasn't as exciting as the Dragon Ball Z theme song.
That one was, I just remember it being like, bah! Like just so intense.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, this series was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be.
So, yes, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
The intro song's fine.
Yeah.
The outro song, I'm a big fan of.
The thing is, for the outro song, I was like, it doesn't feel like it fits with the show. It just feels like it's a Bulma adorable high school series.
The reason I like it
is
there's an indie band called Beach Bunny.
Oh, I know Beach Bunny.
It sounds like it was a city pop song made by Beach Bunny.
Yep.
And does it fit the series super well? No. Do I think it's a great song? Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, you are correct. It is more of like a weird Bulma.
It makes Bulma look like the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's the only reason that I'm like,
That's fair.
But taking it out of the series, it is a good song.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned that this is a lot more fun than you expected.
I expected it to be like a huge dick flick. Like, just like, yeah, we gotta do stuff and Kamehameha all over the place.
So the difference between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball is an adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon Ball Z is about becoming powerful and beating the gods, and every season is a new extraplanar threat.
Okay.
And Dragon Ball is like, the world is new and I'm going to have an adventure.
Yeah, it was really cute going on this adventure with Goku as he's like discovering just like different parts of the world, and he's still very innocent and things like that.
Girls don't have tails.
And they don't have mounds in the front.
Yeah, we'll get to that
man.
one. Let's come into episode 1.
Yeah.
The Secret of the Dragon Ball.
And we watched this one together.
We watched part of it.
Oh, we didn't watch the whole thing?
No.
Okay, cool. I don't know what happens at the end of episode 1 then.
Oh. Did we watch? What did you watch up to with me?
I don't know.
Oh, well, all right, everybody. I'll give my breakdown here. So the episode starts with this beautiful Sumie ink style backdrop painting.
Oh yeah, so good.
Setting the scene with the story of Gohan, who finds this baby in the woods and raises him as his own before passing away and leaving Goku as an orphan.
Yep.
Living in the woods. And then we quickly jump to Goku riding down a hill on a log.
Yep.
With a giant axe on his back.
Yep.
Who then punches this giant log and it perfectly squares itself into tiny little, like, perfectly stacked
it was amazing.
wood pile.
Yep.
It was great.
I wish that was how it was really
very
like.
Kid anime.
Oh, yeah.
We then jump to a car driving in the distance where we meet my childhood crush.
Ooh.
Bulma.
Yep.
As a kid, I was so in love with Bulma.
I mean, she's adorable.
She is so cute. I don't know what I just like. I saw her.
Is that why you liked it when I dyed my hair that color?
You know how it goes. You know how it goes.
Yep.
But no, I had such a major crush on this girl, and we kind of briefly see her for a second. She pulls out her dragon radar.
Yep.
We cut back to Goku, who is now chasing being chased for fun by a saber-toothed tiger.
Yep.
And we have a Looney Tunes Wile E. Coyote moment where the tiger falls off a cliff.
Yep.
And it's so out of place for those who've only ever watched Dragon Ball Z or know
Yep.
about Dragon Ball Z, because you're like, oh, this is like cartoony.
It is very cartoony.
And next scene, Goku's naked and fishing.
Yep.
Wiener out and everything.
Oh man, just balls out.
Balls to the wall. But he's fishing with his tail.
Yes.
Where he moves out of the way just in time and smacks this giant ass fish.
Yep.
Like, I'm talking like the size of a car fish.
Oh yeah.
Such the size of a car that our next scene is Bulma smashing into this fish while Goku's carrying it when he bursts out in the middle of the road.
Yep.
Knocking Goku on his ass, where having never seen other humans is like, how dare you attack me, monster?
Yep. Thinking the vehicle
And
is.
throws the car.
Oh my gosh. Is Bulma still in it?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's when she gets out and he's like, oh, you've still got more power. Let's go. And she pulls out a fucking gun
Oh yeah.
and just like starts blasting.
And then I started blasting.
Like no remorse. Just starts shooting at this kid.
Yeah.
A literal kid.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay. This little kid just threw your car, but she shoots the kid in the face.
I know.
And of course, doesn't hurt Goku.
Nope.
Dude's impenetrable to bullets.
He's fine.
And she's like freaking out about this. And he's about to like kick her ass again when she's like, no, I'm a human. I'm not a monster. I'm a human.
Yep.
Where she explains that I look different because I'm a girl. And Goku's never met a girl.
Yep.
And innocently, while inspecting her, lifts up her skirt. We
Yep.
get a panty shot.
Oh gosh.
And again, he's not being a pervert.
I know. Yeah.
He's
and
just
that's-
like,
yeah. and
he's looking for her tail.
Yeah, that's the thing is like when Goku does it, I'm like, I understand that like
Yeah.
there's not the social interaction of knowing better
Yeah.
of like, you don't do that.
Exactly. And basically, he feels kind of bad because his grandfather always told him if he ever met a girl to treat her right.
Yep.
So he takes her back to his house, and as they're on the way, she's like, you better not get any dirty ideas or whatever. And he's like, what do you mean? And she is in her mind is like, wow, this kid is literally so innocent. I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, literally.
He's just like, everything's fun for this kid.
Yeah.
Everything's a good time.
Yep.
He's never sad about it.
He's very sweet. He's very innocent. He just believes the best in everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the episode kind of ends when they get to his house and she sees his Dragon Ball, which he
Mhm.
calls his grandfather.
Yep.
Because his grandfather had given it to him.
Yep.
And she explains to him about the great Shenron and the Dragon
Ooh.
Balls. Gather all 7, summon the dragon, and get one wish.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing this, an intrigued Goku agrees to join her on her way. So she takes out her little capsule and
Oh yeah, those things are so cool.
pops out a car.
Yep.
Now, they call them dino caps. That's just like a weird English translation thing.
Okay.
But they're little capsules, and for some reason they're able to carry entire vehicles inside of them.
Or entire houses
Yep.
or RVs.
Yeah. And she like pops this car, but realizes she has to pee first. And Goku's like, I'll come with you. Again, innocently enough.
Very innocently.
She yells at him, no, how dare you? And then 2 seconds later, like, Goku, come here.
Yep.
And he's like, make up your mind. But it's because this world has dinosaurs.
Yep.
Talking dinosaurs.
Yep.
Who is stealing Bulma.
Yep.
And this is where we experience his power pull for the first time as he doesn't kill, but he knocks the crap out of this. We might kill it, but he knocks the crap out of this pterodactyl and saves Bulma.
I think this might be the part where we didn't watch because I was like, there was dinosaurs.
Well, you see them later in the series.
Yeah.
But yeah, he saves her from this pterodactyl and he feels bad about beating it up, but he had no choice.
Yep.
And that's kind of where the episode ends.
Yep.
And I think it's a fun little introduction.
I think it's a very cute little,
It's not full of filler. It's
Nope.
straight like, hi, I'm Goku. Hi, I'm Bulma. Here's what I'm doing. You're joining me? Okay, perfect. And that's it. Straight into it, right off the bat.
Yep.
Not too bad.
Yeah, nothing really feels like it needs to be trimmed. It feels like it's a good length. It's well paced.
Yeah. The next episode we come into is The Emperor's Quest,
Oh my gosh, Emperor Pilaf.
where we meet Emperor Pilaf.
I love Pilaf.
Emperor Pilaf. I can't do his voice.
No. Yeah.
But
I mean, pretty close.
He's technically classified so in Dragon Ball lore, there are variants of humans that aren't classified as strange or weird. So he is a monster variant a human.
Okay.
So he is not a weird alien creature. He's just part of the world around.
Mm-hmm.
He just happens to be a very tiny little
Blue thing.
little goblin.
Yep.
This is where we find out that dino caps also, yeah, like you said, hold entire houses.
Yeah.
Where Bulma pulls out this
She's like,
house.
I'm not camping.
Yeah. Yeah, she's very very prissy. Now, you actually probably don't know this.
Oh no.
So Bulma's father is the owner of the company that makes capsules.
Oh, so she has like access to everything.
So when I say that Bulma is rich, Bulma, at least especially by Dragon Ball Z, is one of, if not the richest person in the world.
Wow.
She is also,
She's a Nepo baby.
believe it or no, she's actually also a genius.
Oh, is she?
She in Dragon Ball Z makes a time machine. She's in charge of doing all this. She is in the series known as the smartest person in the series.
Wow, respect.
She's just not very street smart.
No.
She gets to be a lot more in the later series. She's not afraid to go into God's face and tell him to fuck off. But this episode, Goku gets scared by the TV.
Oh, yeah. And he's never had a bath.
And so she goes to take him to have a bath.
Yeah.
And he, she's washing him up and he's like, don't worry about my back. I got it.
Yeah, uses his tail.
And uses his tail, which freaks her out because she thought it was like
Yeah, she
a
throws
toy.
she thought it was like attached to his pants because we all know those weird kids in school who would like wear tails.
That might be some of our audience. No offense. Not our thing. But she freaks out and he's like, well, you don't have a tail. Everyone has a tail.
Yep.
And this is where she like has that moment of like, well, I guess I've never seen a human boy naked. Maybe they do have tails.
Oh man.
And we jump back to
Because how old is Bulma?
16.
Okay.
16 or 17.
Still a minor.
Yeah.
Okay.
We jump back to, or no, we don't jump back to, but we are now introduced to Pilaf.
Yep.
And Shu, his little dog guy.
Oh my gosh. I love Shu.
Poor Shu.
Oh my gosh. Also, I loved his voice.
Oh, he's got a great little voice.
Yep.
So kind of like a little adorable, like oh god, how is it? I can't do it.
I don't even remember it right now, but I just remember I loved it.
Yeah, he's got a little voice.
Yeah.
And Emperor Pilaf farts and blames it on Shu.
Yep.
And proceeds to almost torture him with a chainsaw.
Yep.
Before Shu is like, okay, I did it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And this is kind of Pilaf's thing. We meet my next crush soon though.
Ooh, is it?
Mai.
Yep.
Agent Mai.
She's cool.
She is cool. Again, dumb like the rest of those baddies.
Oh yeah.
But cool.
Yeah.
She is the smartest of all of them.
She's the smartest of the of the baddies.
So that we've seen so far, yes. And it basically is we learn that he's also got a Dragon Ball and he's wanting to
Find the other six.
and he keeps getting mad at his people for
not getting them.
And it's just a quick little side off to him before we jump back to the house where Goku's mad about the bread. He thinks bread tastes bland and boring.
Oh yes.
Who
Okay.
hates bread?
I love bread. I mean, celiacs probably don't like bread.
They might like it, it just doesn't do well for them.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like the soup, which is coffee.
Oh yeah. Which is fair. When I was that age, I hated coffee.
And so he's like, screw this, I'm hungry.
Yep.
I'm gonna go get some food.
Oh, and he gets like the little centipede, and he's like, "This will be enough for Bulma."
But not enough for me.
And then he gets what does he get?
He sees Shu and Mai's plane,
Oh yeah.
and he thinks it's a bird. So he
Yep.
chases it.
Yep.
And ends up, because they're going to go search for a Dragon Ball they think is in this gorge.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out the Dragon Ball is just the glowing eye of 1,000,000 wolves.
Yay! And it's like the Valley of Bones.
Yeah. And he proceeds to try to beat up the bird and steal it from them, thinking
Yep.
it's a real bird.
And then they come along, and he's like, "I saw it first."
Yeah. But instead ends up having to fight off all these wolves, which he does again with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he thinks it's so much fun
And comes back after beating these up and
with a wolf.
with a wolf, which Bulma is like,
She's like,
nope.
"No, thank you."
Freaks out. And she goes, she's like, I'm going to bed. I'm done with this.
Yep. No, she has a bath.
Oh, right.
Oh my
We got our
gosh.
Bulma bath scene where Goku's just standing there
Oh.
staring, because he wants to offer again innocently to
Yeah.
help wash her back.
Yeah, because she doesn't have a tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never had a comfy bed before, so he's so excited about this bed, but she's
Mhm.
like, "No, you're on the floor."
She's
kid.
like, "Fuck off."
"If you can eat wolves and centipedes, you can sleep on the floor."
Yep.
But he wakes up early.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, there was totally room for the two of us on this bed.
Yep. Just lays against her crotch. Takes her panties off.
Well, that happens after.
Oh.
He lays on her crotch and feels like, oh, this isn't lumpy.
Yeah,
It's
there's no mound
smooth.
here. Yeah.
So he like pats it for a second.
Yep.
And then takes her underwear off and freaks out because her balls are gone.
Yep.
And Bulma hears this waking up, freaking out, runs over to the Dragon Balls, and she's like, they're here. What are you talking about? But this episode ends when Goku, refusing coffee and any sort of pre-workout, just goes outside and starts lifting rocks and crushing them.
I mean, that's what you do.
I mean, I don't take pre-workout anymore either, so.
I took it once and was like, why are my veins on fire? And I like texted my trainer and was like, am I going to die? And he was like, no, you're fine.
He's like, dude, people take 5 times that amount.
How?
I see dudes at the gym that are just like dry scooping 5 scoops and they're like, let's go.
Oh, they just like snort it.
Yeah, and so he picks up a rock, which turns out to be a turtle.
Oh, yeah. I love the turtle.
A little, I'm looking for the ocean.
Lost. I don't know where the ocean is.
And he asks for some salt water.
Yep.
And we get a little wine joke. It's like, it's got a very nice, it's full-bodied. It's an 86. And Bulma's like, I think it's an 87. And he goes, well, I think I'd know seawater pretty good. And they have a little laugh about it. And I was like, that's cute.
It is really cute.
And it kind of turns out that this turtle needs help getting to the ocean.
Yep.
And Bulma's like, no, I have things I need to do.
Yep.
I'm not sidetracking to go to the ocean.
Yep.
And Goku's like, all right, see ya. Picks up the turtle and runs off.
Just fully like gives the turtle a piggyback and is like, hey, we're gone.
And Bulma's like, I don't need you. And then we get this scene behind Bulma of this gigantic T-Rex
Yep.
stomping in the backgrounds and like still in her like nightie, freaks out and gets on the motorcycle and rides off after
Yep.
Goku. And that's kind of where that episode ends. And like, it's another fun episode.
Yeah.
Like, nothing in these is ever like dragging on too long. They don't hold on something for too long.
Yep.
It's like, sure, it's they're at a house, they're bathing or whatever, but for some reason they still have enough comedy in there.
Yeah, it's still good pacing.
It's still got the good jokes.
Yep.
The patting of the crotch, like, oh my god,
gosh.
where are the balls?
Yep. It just made me think of my nephew and him trying to like understand the difference between boys and girls and like
Oh man.
I have so many stories that I cannot share.
Probably best.
Yep.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 is when we finally get to the ocean.
Yeah, the episode 3, the Nimbus Cloud of Roshi. The turtle offers a gift for our heroes and goes off into the sea where the gang just kind of waits by waiting for this
They're just like, all right, I guess we'll just be here on the ocean or on the shoreline.
Yeah, and the rest of this episode, not too much happens in the middle part.
No.
It's just, it cuts off to Pilaf and he's
trying to
find Roshi because apparently he knows Roshi has a Dragon Ball.
the turtle hermit.
Yeah, it cuts to Master Roshi in the distance arriving on this turtle in the
Which
ocean.
it's a pretty epic entrance.
Oh yeah.
Oh
just
man.
like standing there like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Dragon Ball just around his
No,
neck.
we haven't met Roshi yet. We know nothing about Roshi.
Nope.
And it turns out that Roshi is another old man
Pervert.
Chetney sounding
Oh my god.
pervert.
Yeah.
Fuck
Roshi.
Missing teeth. A weird little I can't do these voices, but I'm trying to do
You're like,
here.
I'm not good at this.
He's special.
He's a choice.
He offers Goku because the turtle is like, Bulma didn't want to help me.
Yeah. The turtle's like, this was the one who helped me.
Yeah. So he offers Goku a magic carpet.
And then
it turns out
it's
at the
the dry cleaners.
So he's like, all right, I'm going to
What about this Nimbus?
get you Nimbus. Yeah. Do I still need it? Calls down this flying cloud,
Yeah. That you can ride if you're pure of heart.
which Goku has no problem doing
Yeah.
because he's just an innocent little guy.
Absolutely.
Roshi cannot.
Wow, I wonder why Roshi's not pure of heart.
Well, speaking of why Roshi's not pure of heart, Bulma wants a gift too for giving salt water to the turtle.
Yep.
And she sees that Roshi has a Dragon Ball on a necklace.
Oh yeah, and she asked for that.
And
Fuck.
he offers to give her a reward only if she shows him her underwear.
Yep.
And then really wanting this Dragon Ball, she's like, I'll use my body to get what I want. But unbeknownst to her,
How would you, like,
Goku.
you know if you're not wearing underwear, especially if you're, like, riding a motorcycle.
Just air flying up there.
You know it's dried out.
She did not. And she still doesn't. She whips up her nightie skirt, flashes Master Roshi, nearly goddamn kills the guy. His blood sprays out of his nose and he nearly has a heart attack from seeing a 16-year-old's genitals.
Yep.
Because
she wants something from him.
Even then, Roshi is a pervert.
He's a grown man who says, I will give this to you if you show me your panties.
He's not just a grown man. He is like old.
Like proper old.
Like, no, not just like 80s old. I'm pretty sure he's like in the over like 200.
Gross.
Yeah. And the episode ends with them back at the house where Bulma learns now that she didn't have underwear on.
Oh, is this when she starts blasting?
Yeah, because she's like, what? And he's like, oh yeah, I took those off of you. And then she pulls out the gun and starts shooting Goku with the machine gun.
Oh my gosh.
And then the next morning when they go to leave, tries to get on the cloud with him. And
Can't.
Bulma, also very clearly not being pure of heart,
Nope.
falls through the cloud. And that kind of ends our episode of the introduction of the pervert Master Roshi.
Fuck Roshi.
Fuck Roshi.
I hate Roshi.
My
Just a dirty old man.
my friend's boyfriend cosplays as him.
No.
And he has these nose plugs he puts in that are like blood spray. So he takes photos of like not him specifically, like girls come up to him in like sexy cosplay and are like, can you make a face while looking at me for a photo? So he's got this like blood spray coming out as like these like girls are like putting their like cleavage together. And the photos are great.
Yeah.
The photos are amazing. It's hilarious. They're approaching him. He's not like he's being creepy to con or anything.
I mean, good.
People love taking photos
Otherwise
of Roshi.
he would go straight to jail.
Yeah. Like, we'll learn more about Roshi in future episodes, but like in Dragon Ball Z, he's still a massive
pervert.
Oh, he is such a pervert.
Ugh.
Like, he has some like, they're an adult, thankfully, but like girl who's in like this near string thong bikini living on his island for a while. That's Krillin's ex-girlfriend and like all this stuff. But anyways.
Oh, one thing I will say, I love that it has Kame House on his house.
Turtle.
Yep.
Our next episode, Oolong the Terrible.
Oh, Oolong.
This episode's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's Oolong is the gang arrives in Apu village after following the dragon radar, which looks like a ghost town.
Oh yeah.
So Goku decides to break into a house.
He's like, let's just do this. Let's do a B&E.
And gets cracked on the head with an axe.
Yep.
Before they realize that, oh, he's not this Oolong the Terrible, who is apparently a shapeshifter.
Yep.
That is terrorizing the town and stealing its women.
Yep.
And is on the way to steal this one man's daughter.
Oh my gosh, and she's so little.
She's so little. Her name is Pokawatha. She has a little feather headdress. I'm pretty sure she's meant to be Pocahontas.
Yeah.
They didn't put on a terrible accent for her, which was good.
Yeah. But they did for other people in the village.
Yeah, again.
Oh man.
The 80s were a special time.
Yeah.
But
someone wearing a war bonnet, like,
yeah.
Oh no.
Now he was actually a chief. He's known in the thing as a chief. He's known as to be like his character is named as what it is, but he's like some sort of like, I think he's like shaman priest or something.
Okay.
So they're not just like a white guy wearing a headdress, but it's still
a cultural caricature.
Yeah.
Very
much so. But they learn that the one old lady has a Dragon Ball and that they'll give it to her if they can protect Pokawatha and the town
and bring the girls back.
Bring the girls home.
Yeah.
And so they hatch this silly plan where Goku's going to pretend to be Pokawatha.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Oh my gosh, he has like the stupid little babushka on, and oh my gosh.
It looks nothing like her.
Nope, nothing.
And like Oolong storms into town looking like this giant devil man.
Yep.
And Goku's like kind of like shrunk up trying to hide as much of himself as he can.
Try to do the voice.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, are you scared of me? And he turns to this like suave debonair man.
Yep.
And Bulma being the horny for wanting a boyfriend girl
she's
she is.
I'll go with you.
Yeah, instantly forgets that he's this terrible monster.
Yeah.
And is drooling. And while he's distracted, Goku, who's decided he needs to pee.
Oh, whizzes on a tree.
Peeing on a tree.
Oh my gosh.
And Oolong is like, wait, what? And he like creeps over and sees that, you have a penis? what's going on here?
Realizes this is like, oh, this isn't who I think it is.
Yeah. And so he transforms into like this giant bull to fight Goku, but then quickly looks at a clock and then runs away.
Oh my gosh, I thought that was so funny. I was like, this motherfucker can only shapeshift for 5 minutes.
And what does he end up being?
A pig.
Like a
literal pig.
Anthropomorphic pig.
A literal pig.
Named Oolong, which is like a great name.
Okay, so here's my question about Oolong, seeing the character design. Is it supposed to be like a jab at communists? I thought because he looked like a communist leader.
Yes.
I
don't know if it actually is, but that is what his outfit is styled around.
Okay.
Is either that or Chinese military.
It felt like some sort of jab at like the Chinese or something.
I don't think it was a jab. I think it's just his outfit style.
Okay.
But it might be. I don't know.
Okay.
He doesn't wear that outfit after this series.
Okay.
He swaps to wearing like a tank top and suspenders.
Okay. Well, if anybody knows.
Yeah, let us know the history on Oolong.
Yeah.
He's also a despicable character.
Oh gosh.
He's this little pig, and he just casually tells Goku, "Oh, I think he went that way."
Yep.
And like, some chase happens and blah 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 blah, and then he comes back and he changes again and challenges Goku, and then eventually.
And he's like the robot with the chopsticks
in a bowl of soup.
Yep.
Because shapeshifters can literally turn into anything in this.
Yep.
And he like burns his thumb, and Goku starts beating him up again. And he runs away. And again, not too much happening in this. They catch Oolong. He brings them back to his house to get the girls, which is not a house. It's not a hovel.
Mm-hmm.
It's a palace.
It is a palace. It's a nice palace.
Really nice palace.
Holy crap. I mean, like, I understand the girls now.
Oh yeah, we're thinking that we're going to see these like girls slaving away in a kitchen, like, being as slaves, and they're like jazzercising. They're wearing
they're cute little leg warmers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you get any more juice?
And like the parents are like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, "We're having a great time."
Yeah, they're like, "We love it here."
Like they look at Oolong, they're like, "Hey, sweetie, did you get my lipstick I need?"
Yeah.
Like, and Oolong looks so defeated, and he's like, I was hoping they'd just be, like cleaning and doing kicking, but take them, please. I can't handle this anymore.
He was
that's his voice. He sounds kind of like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't handle him anymore. And the episode ends with these girls being taken away from paradise.
Yeah.
Back to their crappy village.
Oh.
And they get their Dragon Ball.
Yep. Yay! So we're at what, 5 now?
We're coming into 5, but 5 starts with Oolong having joined the gang.
Yeah.
Because Bulma's like, we need your powers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then he's like, they don't have any way to get to how to travel. So they're like, can't you turn into a motorbike? And he's like, well, I can, but I can't carry you.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'll turn into your panties.
Yeah.
Fuck this pig.
They end up taking a boat.
Oh my gosh.
And they start talking about where they're headed, which is Fire Mountain.
Yep.
The home of the Ox King.
The Ox King.
The Ox King.
Oh my gosh.
And this scares Oolong. He's like,
yeah.
I'm not going there. Turns into a fish and runs away.
Yep. And they're like, get the fuck back here.
And they go fishing for him.
Yep. And what do they use to fish for him?
Bulma's panties.
Good.
Because he can't pass up a nibble on them cotton undies.
I hate it. I think this is the main thing I hate about this series is the pervy characters.
Remember that it was for like kids and preteens that were like finding it kind of funny.
I know, but it's teaching kids to like that's okay to like be pervy.
I think it's like how video games don't actually cause violence. It's like if you're smart enough, you see that as like a bad comedy thing. Like it's funny because you shouldn't be doing that. And if you're dumb, I'm sorry to put it that way, you see it as in like a good thing.
I don't know. I see it as like it just shows girls like men are gonna hit on you.
Oh, it's not. I'm not saying it's good.
No,
it is. But she chose to do it. Again, this is one of Bulma's choices.
I don't know. I'm just like, yeah, but like, who's the writer writing this?
It is true. It is Akira Toriyama.
Yeah.
Although I will say, most of the fans and even the editor wanted Bulma to end up dating Goku.
Okay.
Which would be weird.
I mean, I can't comment.
And Akira Toriyama was like, absolutely fucking not. That is not how I want this story going.
Yeah.
They catch Oolong.
Yes, with the panties.
Yes. And then she offers him a vitamin.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Which We learn if she says the word piggy makes him shit himself.
It was a pretty good move. I was like, yeah.
So basically anytime he tries to run away, she just has to yell piggy and he just starts crapping his pants.
Yeah. He's like, oh no.
Which is hilarious.
I mean, good on her.
And he kind of gets them back later, but
Yep.
we meet, sorry, we don't meet, but we end up in the desert.
Yep.
Because their boat runs out of fuel. He turns into a paddle for a while to get them to the shore.
The shore, yeah.
After making I'd do anything to be held by you, and then Goku holds them instead.
Yep.
And they're basically trekking through this desert and dying.
Oh,
Because they have nothing.
Nothing.
Her dino caps have gone missing. Blah, 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 blah. And then they are approached by Yamcha.
Ooh, Yamcha.
What do you think of Yamcha?
I mean, he's kind of like a bro-y idiot who's like, needs some validation in his masculinity.
And yeah, he doesn't know Bulma's there yet, so he starts a fight with Goku because he's trying to rob them.
Yep. And Goku's like, all right.
Yeah.
Kicks his ass.
Well, Goku absolutely is kicking his ass.
Oh, yeah.
But then he gets hungry.
Oh, yeah.
And if Goku doesn't eat, he loses power.
Is that like a lore thing?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Did not know that.
He anytime,
I thought it was just like me where I'm like, well, I'm hungry.
Even in Z, when he's hungry, he just is like, I can't do it.
All of his muscles go away.
They don't go away, but he's so lethargic.
Yeah.
You think he eats a lot in this? In Dragon Ball Z, he eats a shit ton of food. Like, they go to restaurants, and because Bulma's so rich, she obviously picks up the tab.
Is it like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo?
It's like the entire restaurant's food.
Oh, wow.
This dude's got a stomach.
He's got a metabolism.
Yeah. And so Yamcha ends up turning the fight around.
Yep. What is this? What is Yamcha's little side character or sidekick?
Puar.
Puar. Oh, so sweet.
Puar is
also, that's a really weird name. Puar.
Puar is adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Caught up with the wrong crowd, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But he really loves Yamcha.
Yep.
And I love Puar. He went to school with Oolong at the same shapeshifter school.
Oh yeah, they both went to shapeshifting school.
In Dragon Ball Z, they end up being like best buds.
Amazing.
I'm sure in Dragon Ball at some point they do as well.
Yep.
But Puar is this adorable little cat creature that can fly.
Yep.
Who's cheering on Yamcha in this fight.
He's like, you got this.
Yeah, that's a good little Puar. But the fight ends when it makes too much noise and it wakes Bulma up.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, well, I have all the blood from my head running to my other head now.
Because there's this beautiful woman in front of him.
Yep.
And it turns out Yamcha is terrified.
Yeah, of talking to women.
Yeah. Like, cannot do it. Instantly gets back on their vehicle.
They're like, we gotta run away. Retreat. This is the thing.
Runs away.
This is our kryptonite.
And Bulma is just like, she had no idea there was a fight ensuing. Is like,
yeah.
Who is that dreamy
hunk of meat?
Hunk
yes.
of boy. The Yamcha in the story is actually a joke.
Really?
In like Dragon Ball Z, he either dies or is dead in every single arc. One of the most brutal memes is just like him laying in a crater.
Oh no.
Like just getting fucking rocked. And it's, yeah, he's cooler in Dragon Ball than he is in Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z, he's just a dead corpse joke.
He's kind of useless.
Oh.
He never really advances his power level too much.
Yeah.
His Dragon Ball move is his Wolf Fang Fist.
Yeah.
Which, when fighting, is like this the thing he does with his hands before he like attacks out.
Yep.
It's very specific, but every time he fights, he's like, they won't get away with my Wolf Fang Fist. Are they ready for my Wolf Fang Fist?
Yeah, they like bust that out all the time.
It's his only move.
Yeah, he really does only have one move.
His Wolf Fang Fist. Normally we only watch 5 episodes, but because the next couple episodes introduce a bunch of characters and some arc stuff, we did another 3 episodes here.
Ooh.
Which brings us into episode 6.
Episode 6.
Keep an eye on the Dragon Balls.
Yep.
Which is basically Yamcha plotting to steal them because he finds out what the Dragon Balls are.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit, these actually could be really useful.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, fair.
Yeah. And it turns out that Oolong had dino caps on them.
Yeah, and they have like a RV.
A full camper RV.
Yep.
Multi-level.
Oh, man. It's a nice RV.
It's a really nice RV.
It's like, screw Winnebago.
Oh, yeah. And I guess Yamcha hadn't heard about the Dragon Balls yet, but he's planning on robbing them still.
Yep.
So he sneaks up on the van. And before this happens, Bulma's like, I'm going to go have a shower.
Yep.
And make sure to check it for peepholes because it's Oolong.
Yep. Which, I mean, fair.
But then leaves the window completely open.
Yep. And then it's like the most porny shower she's ever taken.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Who showers like that?
Not girls.
No, you get like a full bare ass shot.
Like titties.
Those are soaped, but the butt is like...
Oh, yeah.
Right out there. Well, the butt's not... But
I was going to say.
But fucking Yamcha, Mr. Terrified of Women, is like skulking around and he hears something, so he looks in the window and he sees a full-on naked Bulma, who doesn't see him yet. And again, almost has a heart attack and like cowers in the corner having seen a naked woman, losing his fucking mind.
I would say, listeners can't see this, but I am full-on shaking my head at all of this.
At least he's the same age as her.
Fine.
There's that at least.
I'm still just thinking about the female viewers, the female child viewers watching this, being like, oh, that's what girls do.
Which is unfortunate.
Yep.
Ladies, if you're teenagers right now, just know that you are the only person in control of yourself and your body.
Yeah. You don't have to be a porny sex kitten.
No.
Please don't be that.
Yeah. As an adult, if you want to, you do you.
Yeah. If you want to be a sex worker, all the power to you.
But understand your value and your worth.
Yeah. And you're more than your body.
Exactly.
Thank you. I will get off my soapbox now.
Who else is at the RV trying to sabotage it?
Oh, it's the dog and the other crush you had.
Shu and Mai.
Yep. And they're like, I'll just put this bomb on this. It'll be fine. I'll go off in 4 minutes. And then it sticks to his hand.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god.
he freaks out and runs away.
Clown shoes on both of them.
Yeah. And he manages to reprogram it to be 8 o'clock the next morning. So he's got some time to figure out the bomb.
Oh, good.
Stuck
He can
to his
get it
hand.
off of his hand.
Yeah. We cut back to the inside where Bulma's, finishing up her shower or whatever. Yep. And
she doesn't have any clothes left.
Well, not yet. She was asking for a nightie. And he says, "What do you expect? I'm just a pig."
Yep.
So she goes to sleep naked.
Yep.
But before this happens, oh no, she's wearing a yellow nightie. Sorry. He gives her like a weird yellow nightie thing.
Mm-hmm.
But before this happened, before she goes to bed, he casually already has a drugged drink waiting for both of them.
Yeah.
Especially after Goku, for some dumb reason, tells the most untrustworthy character about the Dragon Balls, yeah, you get a wish and Oolong's like, I'd wish for, oh God, I can't do his voice anymore. I'd wish for a harem of 300 women.
Yep.
Gives him this drugged drink, makes him fall asleep.
Yep.
And he's about to, get his plan underway, sneaks in while Oolong is upstairs.
Okay.
Sees a sleeping Goku and makes Puar turn into Goku. The least Goku-looking Goku.
Oh man, that happened.
And he goes upstairs and, freaking out, Oolong turns into Bulma.
Yep.
But the most, ugly, weird-looking...
It's, short and, just, Oolong's proportions, but it's still Bulma. You're just like, what?
And neither of them recognize each other.
Yep.
It's just Puar being like, I've got something to show you outside.
Oh my god.
And Oolong's like, okay. And they go outside where Puar reveals himself to be Puar.
Yeah.
And Oolong reveals himself to be Oolong.
And you're like, damn it.
And then Yamcha's inside looking for the Dragon Balls, which he thinks are on this bed under the covers. Where he grabs them and goes, why are these Dragon Balls so squishy? I thought they'd be hard.
This fucking show.
And he pulls off the covers, and it was touching Bulma's boobs.
Yep.
And he freaks out, screams, and runs away.
Again, viewers can't see this, but I'm shaking my head.
And the thing I got, and this is kind of like with Ranma, and it's not his fault. He's not trying to be creepy.
It's not his fault he's stupid?
Well, maybe not, but it's not his fault that these things are happening. It's not fault he saw her in the shower. It's not, He's sneaking around trying to rob them.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to be a pervert about it.
Again, viewers can't see this, but my face is unimpressed.
You still have to admit, he's not trying to be a pervert. Is he stupid? Yes.
Yeah, I was like, but he's just like, oh, I'm going to look in this bathroom window.
He didn't know it was a bathroom. He was crawling the whole time.
I'm just like, mm-mm.
Regardless, he runs away. They all go to bed except for Oolong, who spends the night taking watch.
Yeah, he's like got his like singlet on and he's like just old army guard. Yeah. Yep.
Apparently Bulma's clothes were dirty and she wanted him to clean them, which he didn't do.
No, he did not.
And he says, and she freaks out. She's so mad she has no clothes to wear. So
she's
he
just
says,
like got a blanket around her.
I've got one outfit you can wear upstairs.
Of course, this is the one outfit, the one female outfit that Oolong owns.
Which is
a Playboy bunny costume.
The second iconic Bulma outfit, also one of the most cosplayed, is the Bulma bunny. Now, you got to give it props. They gave it leggings. It wasn't just like ass cheek out there. It's full ass coverage with leggings. She hates it. Yep. Understandable.
Yeah.
But for some reason, even though she hates it,
she puts on the full thing.
Puts on the ears and the collar.
Yep. Cuffs, collar, ears, like all the shoes, all the details are there.
Yeah. If I sully my clothes and someone goes, hey, all I've got is this suit,
I've got this bulldog harness you can wear.
I'm gonna be like, not just put on. I'm gonna put on the pants and the shirt. I'm not gonna be like pants, shirt, vest, jacket, tie,
cummerbund.
Like, if I don't want to wear it, I'm not gonna put the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
But she goes full on in.
Yep.
Which awakens something for me as a kid. I'll tell you what. Because again, there's my crush now in like a cute little bunny suit.
Yep. Things are making sense now.
Oh, funny. So she's not happy about this. But she's nothing she can do about it.
Nope.
She wants to be wearing clean clothes.
Yep.
So they head on out, where they are quickly attacked by Yamcha, which she doesn't think is an attack. She's just enamored by his beautiful face.
How cute he is.
Until she sees the bazooka that he's shot.
Yeah, holy moly.
And like literally blows.
Like it's like a rocket launcher.
Blows up their van.
Oh my gosh.
Fully knocking them on their ass.
Oh yeah. That RV is done.
Where another fight ensues.
Ooh.
And Yamcha gets his ass kicked because Goku is now full of food.
Yeah.
Chips his tooth.
Oh.
Yamcha being the vain little pretty boy that he is.
He's like, my tooth.
Oh my god.
You can't do this to me.
No. And I laughed so hard at part of this part here because Yamcha like speeds off because he was upset about his tooth.
Yep.
And you just hear Oolong being like, we better go check on Bulma. Hope she's in better shape than her ride. And it's just a 2-second clip of Bulma just fucking clonked out of her ass. This giant like,
oh yeah, the big.
She's like,
oh man, she looked so. Oh man,
I physically laughed out loud at that.
Oh my gosh, I think I did too. I was watching it with a friend last night, and yeah, I think we both were just like, what?
She's fucking rocked.
Yeah, we were like, yeah, I think she's fine.
Yeah. And so they end up taking a little walk through the desert because they no longer have a vehicle, and then Yamcha being like, wait, I need them to find these Dragon Balls.
Yeah. He's like, oh, if I let them find them first, I can just steal. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
He was like, and then they can find the 7th one. I was like, once they find the 7th one, won't they be in possession of all of them, and then they'll get the Dragon Wish? Shouldn't he steal the 6 of them and then go to the...
I don't know.
Okay.
Regardless, he offers them a car to help them.
Yep.
And puts a tracking device in it.
Yep.
Because of course he would.
Because what else?
And the episode ends...
He's stupid, but he's not stupid.
No, exactly. He's street smart.
Yes.
The episode ends with Mai and Shu seeing the destroyed vehicle, thinking it was their bomb.
They're like, oh shoot, we really suck at this.
It went off early.
Yeah.
Oh, it must just be a crappy bomb.
Yep.
And then they're standing at it, and the 8 o'clock hits.
Yep.
And it blows up, leaving them in this pile of rubble.
Yep.
Are we alive? We shouldn't be alive. And our episode ends.
With them heading towards Fire Mountain.
Yeah. I like this episode. I like the pacing is continuous.
Yeah.
It is like, here's this guy. He's now trying to get your stuff. Here's this. There's no filler. Everything is leading to something.
Yeah.
You've introduced Yamcha. Now he's here. He's trying to attack them. He's da-da-da.
Here's a tiny bit of character development.
Yeah.
Yep. That was being generous.
Yeah, I was going to say. There's not a lot of character development in this first, unless you're Goku.
Yeah. Yeah.
We come into our 7th episode.
Oh, man.
The Ox King on Fire Mountain.
Oh, man.
Where it starts where we're driving through the countryside. As Oolong tells the tale of the terrible Ox King and his mountain of fire, which Bulma doesn't believe in, but he keeps telling about how it was done by evil spirits, setting the world ablaze and whatnot. Now this really bothered me, is it shows an aerial view of Yamcha following them in his car.
Okay.
But he's only like 2 car lengths behind them.
Yeah, he's like very visually like tailing
and he's like,
them.
keep your distance, Par. We don't want them to know we're here. He's like, okay. But they're 2 car lengths.
They're
behind.
like literally, it's like the insurance like safe zone of how close you should be following someone.
Yeah. And I'm sure they did it on purpose.
Yep.
But it also gave me a little laugh of them being quote unquote sneaky.
I know, and then they're just like not.
Yeah. We cut to Peel off for a little bit where he's just torturing his...
Still mad that he's not got...
Yeah, he's torturing them.
Yep.
Like, literally torturing them.
Literally, like, all 4 limbs.
Shocking them with lightning.
Yep.
Holds his fork out at them and then gets shocked himself.
Yep.
Because apparently he can just call lightning with his castle to shock his people.
I mean, badass.
Yeah. It cuts back as they're approaching on the distance. Ooh, it's getting kind of warm. Look at that sunset. That's not the sun.
Wait, what is that?
It's Fire Mountain.
Oh my gosh.
And it is literally not just forest fires.
No.
100-foot raging flames.
I was like, this whole mountain. It's like BC in the summer.
Yeah. It is flaming.
It is Elton John.
Yep. Oolong wusses out and tries to escape.
Yeah. What plot twist?
Yeah. But she piggies.
Yep.
And he has to stop, or else he'll crap.
Yep.
His pants.
And then they meet the Ox King.
Not yet.
What? Oh, because they have to be quiet.
They go to sneak in to the village.
Yeah.
At the base of the mountain. And then we cut back to Yamcha, who's tracking them on his little radar thing. Apparently he can't see them from 2 car distance.
Yeah, I was just like, because he's so far away from them.
Well, now he's like 2 kilometers away somehow.
Yeah.
And he hears a scream. And it's this like little girl scream. And it cuts to this little girl being chased by this giant T-Rex.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I do love the dinosaurs.
Oh, they're great. It's just kind of this random thing where in this world, they just still exist.
Yep.
And they can talk.
I mean, it's good because it adds diversity to the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah. And so this little girl runs, turns, and has this giant blade on her helmet.
Oh my god.
Screaming in her eyes closed because she's terrified, cuts off its head.
Yep.
Catches the blade back on her helmet, and then uses the beam on her helmet to blow it up.
Yep.
And this is our first introduction to Chi-Chi.
Oh, Chi-Chi.
I, surprisingly, did not have a crush on Chi-Chi as a kid.
Really? With her G-string and her push-up bra?
Nope.
With her being 12 years old?
It's a weird outfit for a 12-year-old.
It was funny because I was watching this and I was like, how do you cosplay this? And then I Googled Chi-Chi Dragon Ball cosplay and I was like, okay, when adults do it, I get it.
Yeah. So here's the reason I believe for the choice of that. She is technically a barbarian's princess.
Okay.
Daughter of a barbarian king.
Yep.
So it's like that like fantasy, metal bikini
Yep.
trope, but also Slave Leia had come out just a few years prior during the writing of Dragon Ball.
Oh, okay.
So it's like a Slave Leia was popular in media at the time.
Okay.
So that paired with your standard fantasy thing.
But it's a 12-year-old character.
I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm very much so saying the opposite. I'm just saying where the influence for the outfit came from.
Yeah.
The outfit itself is special.
Yep.
But this is where we learn that Yamcha's not a pervert because he like goes to congratulate her for like doing a good job taking out that dino.
Yep.
She tries to attack him and he just like
full on like boom.
Fucks her up, knocks her out cold.
Yep.
And Poir's like, how come you could talk to her? She was cute. And he was like, I only can't talk to women my age.
Yeah. Which I was like, thank God.
Yeah. He's like, no.
He's like, I'm not.
No, thanks. And it cuts back to the Ox King where his introduction is Goku's flying over.
Such a badass introduction.
Gets lit on fire and falls in the ocean as Bulma gets this giant axe thrown at her as this crazy looking man comes from the shadows.
With these like weird glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I like when they had it from like a POV of him. The glasses were like not centered.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then that goes back and I was like, that didn't make sense.
Nope. To cut it quick here, Goku fights him.
Mm-hmm.
He comes flying in on his Nimbus cloud,
Yep.
and all of a sudden Ox King kind of changes his tone. He's like,
Oh, and then he has, because of his power pole as well.
he's like, where'd you get that? And he's like, oh, I got it from Master Roshi.
Yep.
And it turns out that Master Roshi taught Ox King and Goku's grandfather Gohan.
Yep.
And all of a sudden Ox King's super chill.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, cool.
Hey guys,
My mountain's on fire.
can you help put it out?
I tried to get a wizard to help protect it, and then it just went out of control. Master Roshi has this thing called the Bancho fan. Can you go get it? And while you're going on the way, can you find my daughter Chi-Chi?
Yep.
And Yamcha's like, oh my god, it's Chi-Chi. That's his daughter. Fuck. Drives back, makes sure she's alive.
Yep.
She's gonna to stop her from attacking him. He like confesses his love to her
Oh, yeah.
to like lull her into this false sense of security, and then drives off.
Yeah. I was like, okay,
like-
you're good, fine.
Look at this cute boy. Goku finds her,
Yep.
and they head off to get the Bancho fan.
Yep. Yay, we got to deal with Roshi again.
As they're traveling, Goku uses his foot to pat on her crotch and goes,
Oh,
you
you're
are
a girl. Yeah. Which again, I'm like, fine.
he doesn't know.
No, he doesn't. He's still trying to figure out the difference.
Exactly. And she kicks the crap out of him for doing this.
Fair.
He gets back on. He's like, why the hell did you do that? And then she starts blushing and is all like, oh my God, I love this guy. Is this a spoiler? Should I spoil?
Yeah, we say it at the beginning.
Well, yeah, they get married.
Oh, cute.
That's they have multiple children.
Wow.
We see him in later seasons when she's 19 now, I think.
Okay.
And she's like, hey, do you remember your promise where we were going to get married? So, huh? And Goku's like, okay.
Aw, adorable.
And the episode ends as they approach the island.
Yep.
Episode 8 is the Kamehameha wave.
I would say the intro to the Kamehameha.
Yeah, where, again, we'll just kind of rush through the beginning part here until we
Yep.
get to the cooler stuff. Goku and Chi-Chi approach Master Roshi.
She doesn't believe that he is him, and she throws the blade on her helmet, and it cracks him straight in the skull.
Uh-huh.
I was like, this man is dead.
Thankfully not. He just has a giant Band-Aid he wears.
I thought the Band-Aid was really funny.
It's very funny. He shows him her ID, like, it's me, I swear.
I swear it's me.
And they're like, oh, okay, it is you. We need
Yep.
the Bancho fan. The super rare magical fan.
And then reveal, oh, I thought it was a placemat, and I made it dirty.
So I threw it out. And they're like, no.
They're like, shit.
And so he's like, don't worry, I can put out the flames myself.
Yep.
And they're like, oh, cool.
Well, how are you going to get there? Because you can't ride on the Nimbus.
He calls the baby Gamelar, which is a turtle that flies by
I was
spinning.
like, what is that?
And spins for like 30 minutes of this ride.
I would
back
vomit so hard. Like our Tisu artist will be like rehearsing in the tent, and she'll just be spinning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mizuki, how are you not throwing up?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
But they eventually land. There's
Yep.
this whole reunion between Ox King and Roshi.
Like, oh, it's good to see you.
And then Roshi's like, hold on, I got this.
Yep.
Takes his shirt
Bro,
off,
I got
climbs up like feebly onto this like rock and is kind of shaken. And then we get to see the real Roshi.
Is it the real?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
This is powered up Roshi.
Yeah.
Roshi's fucking ripped.
Jeez. Swole. He's swole, bro.
Roshi is Ox King level
Is
size.
Would you say he's natty?
He is natty.
Yep.
He is like
He's a natty granddaddy.
natty granddaddy.
Ooh, hashtag natty granddaddy.
Oh God, don't search that. So he's fucking ripped.
Yep.
And he does the first time in the series we have ever seen a ki blast, a kai blast in the form of the Kamehameha wave,
Uh-huh.
where he just fucking goes huge, blasts it out, and instead of putting out the fire,
He destroys fucking everything.
the whole mountain's gone.
Oh, man.
And all he has to say is, ooh, I'm pooped.
Yeah. He's like, oops. Did I do that?
Ox King's chill about it, though, because at least he's got his land back.
Yeah.
He can rebuild.
It's true.
But
And then we got, thank goodness Bulma's there with her tracker that she can
Yeah.
adjust the
She goes and finds the Dragon Ball she was promised.
Yep.
And Goku during this is like, I want to learn the Kamehameha wave.
Oh, and it's so cute.
And Roshi's like, it's going to take you 50 years. And then he just fucking
He's like, boop.
does it. This little tiny little baby wave.
Mhm.
Destroys their car.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's adorable.
Yeah. Sweet boy.
Sweet little boy.
Boo, 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 boo.
And they find the Dragon Ball.
Yep.
And this is where, and I forgot to mention this earlier, there was a reason that Roshi promised to help.
Oh, God.
Was that if Bulma would go for a stroll with him on his island, but they don't have time for this.
Nope.
And Bulma doesn't want to do it.
That's,
so she makes,
fair.
She makes Oolong turn into her and go for this walk with Roshi.
Yep.
And Oolong, being pissed about it, decides to spend the time flirting with Master Roshi.
Yeah, just like
Flashes him some boob.
Yep.
Nearly gives the man a heart attack.
Oh yeah, just like
and
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and Roshi's like, yep, nope, it's all good. This is totally worth it.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep.
They're then gifted a new car.
Yep. It's like a weird like hovercraft car.
Yeah, it can fly.
It's really cool.
And they head off into the distance, but not before Chi-Chi flirts with Goku and says, will you think about me? And Goku's like, yeah, I will. And big blushes as they head off into the distance to look for the next Dragon Ball. Before we kind of get into like our talk about animation design, any other little fun facts or whatever, I'd like to tell a quick story.
Go for it.
So this is the last time we'll be recording in person.
It's weird,
much,
yeah.
because you've moved to a different city.
I have moved to a different city.
Now, we'll still be doing the podcast.
Oh yeah, don't worry, guys.
We're recording online instead.
Yep.
But when I was first conceptualizing this podcast, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I'd kind of seen some like old anime in the form of Urusei Yatsura, and I was like, man, it'd be fun to talk about this. And I kind of like got the idea of this anime podcast called Amidst. And I wasn't shopping around for co-hosts per se. And I told Lindsay about it, and she was like, I'm in.
You told me about it literally like the day before I left to go shoot that show in Hamilton.
Yeah. And you were like, no, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I love this.
And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Let's go. And the first series that we had watched was, we hadn't posted the episode because it wasn't a super good episode.
No, we were finding our legs.
We had watched Urusei Yatsura.
Yep.
Now, you're leaving town.
Yes, I
so
am.
I wanted to get you a little housewarming gift.
It's Bulma's panties. Oh my gosh!
Now, I won't have you open the whole thing. I did get one for myself, so we have matching.
Oh my gosh! This is adorable!
So,
oh my gosh! She's so cute!
it's a little chibi lum from Urusei floating in the air.
Gosh, I love her!
So that way when you're recording the pod, it's like you're still here because we'll each have our own little lum.
I love her! Oh my gosh, thank you so much! You're so sweet!
That's the most adorable little face, and her little body shifts so you can like give her little cute little
amazing!
little poses.
Oh my gosh, this is adorable!
A little import from Japan.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much! I love her!
You're welcome. I figured it was kind of what started this whole thing, and it was the first anime we had watched together.
It was.
So I figured I'd get you a little lum. And we can each have one.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Put it on a little shelf.
That's adorable. Oh my gosh, I'll take a picture at the circus with it at the circus today.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, thanks for being on the pod. I know it's only been like 7 or 8 episodes, but
Aww,
appreciate it.
I've really enjoyed this.
Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I look forward to more.
I also look forward to more.
Back to our series.
Okay.
Let's talk about the animation and design for a little bit.
Okay.
Look, it's 80s animation.
Yes, it is 80s animation.
But it's charming.
It is charming. It does have its like quirks, and it's a very unique style. It's very good at developing its own.
The houses and the robots have this very rounded style to it.
Yep.
Which is very unique to the Dragon Ball series. Very spherical.
Which makes sense.
Yep. As much as it's basic, I still love it. I think it's so damn charming. It's colorful. It's bright. People are expressive.
Yep.
The backgrounds, these like watercolor.
I was gonna say they're very beautiful, like watercolor scenery pieces.
Yeah, whether you're in like the Fire Desert or Apu Village or Fire Mountain, it's all these just fantastic painted backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Some done in the sumie style, some done in like watercolor,
Mm-hmm.
but they're always so well done.
Yep.
And that kind of is important. The characters, obviously, they're on screen, but the background really pulls it all together really nicely. But I like the characters too. Every character looks different.
Yep. That's the thing is I very much appreciated that you can tell all the characters apart.
Yeah.
Which is funny because in previous episodes, we've been like, if you take the face away or whatever,
Yeah.
it's just the same face.
Yeah, but Dragon Ball's pretty good for
Yeah.
everyone being separate.
Mhm.
Because, you know, Oolong could have been some like human guy.
Yep. Said he's an anthropomorphic pig.
Exactly. Puar's a cat.
Mhm.
Goku, very clearly Goku. Bulma, unique with the blue hair.
Yep.
Yamcha, you know, this big old permed mullet. Everyone's got a different look.
Yep.
Everyone's well designed. I don't think there's a single like primary character I've seen where I'm like, I hate you, design wise.
In the first 8 episodes, there's
Yeah.
no one.
No. I watched the 8 episodes twice because the first time I watched them up to episode 20 without realizing because I just got so invested in it. And I was like, shit, I took no notes. So I rewatched it again and then watched it again last night. The last couple episodes just to get it fresh in my memory. But I so far have really enjoyed. I know we looked at some character art from some other characters.
The very problematic other characters.
Yeah, but from what we've seen so far, I think everyone's pretty cool.
Everyone's
I
not
like the
problematic
costumes.
so
Bulma
far.
is always, you know, we're gonna do a Bulma outfit tier list.
Yeah, we do need to do a tier
because
list.
Bulma has a ton of outfits across Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: across all of the series, she has 17 haircuts.
Oh, cool.
I would say half of which are terrible.
I mean, we all do. We all get terrible haircuts.
I have a bunch of notes, but there's so much stuff about Dragon Ball Z which we didn't watch. Like, for example, one of the teachers at my school was the voice of Krillin.
What?
Yep.
That's cool.
I've known a couple other voice actors from like some different dubs of the series. I have a couple character notes here.
Okay, tell me about your character notes.
So, specifically naming conventions.
Okay, yes, tell me about this.
Okay. Saiyans are named after produce, specifically vegetables. So, Goku's real name is Kakarot, which is carrot.
Okay,
Vegeta, vegetable.
that makes sense.
Raditz, radish, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, is there a reason for that?
Caulifla for cauliflower. I don't know.
It was just, they were like, let's just do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the Bulma family
Okay.
is all based off of underwear. So Dr. Briefs is her father. Bikini is her mom. Her sister is Tights. She's Bulma, which is bloomers in Japanese. Her son Trunks
Okay.
and their other daughter Bulla, which means bra. So their entire naming convention for their family is underwear.
Again, you can't see this because it's an audio format, but I look unimpressed.
I think it's adorable. I think it's hilarious. Dr. Briefs, Trunks, because you don't think of them as those things when you're saying the characters.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I think of cool, badass future Trunks, I'm not like, oh, swim trunks. And a lot of other characters tend to have this convention. A lot of humans will be named after, like, candies.
I still love Trampire because that's just what I become in October.
Unfortunately, we had a bit of audio, so we lost a bit of chat about some Chi-Chi and Ox King stuff, basically saying how he ends up being a cool grandpa. And,
Which I love that.
Yeah, and Chi-Chi was not a childhood crush, but actually has some decent power in her.
Yeah.
Let's give our final rating here.
Okay.
Let's go with the intro.
I would say the intro's pretty good. I would say 8.
Okay.
It's not as much of an earworm as other ones we've reviewed, but
Okay.
it was pretty good.
I went 7.5.
Yeah.
For plot and story,
yeah, it's also pretty decent.
it's consistent.
Yeah, it is consistent.
It's not full of filler. It's like we're on episode 8 and they already have 6 of the 7 Dragon Balls.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They're very effective. So I would say 8.
Okay. Yeah. I put a 9.
I
so
would maybe keep watching.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Animation and design, I gave an 8.5 just
Yeah.
because of the painted backgrounds.
Yeah, it was really beautifully done.
Yeah. Characters,
You tell me what you did for characters.
I did a 9 out of 10. What about you?
6.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Just because of all the perviness. It drove me nuts.
Oh, that's fair.
And like, from what you're telling me, there's more development and everything like that later. But for right now, the female characters really fell flat for me. And we're just there to be the objects of men's affection.
You're not wrong.
So that's why it went low for me.
Yeah. As an adult watching it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
as a kid, you're like, oh, ha, 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 ha.
Yep.
As an adult, it definitely felt weird.
Yeah, definitely.
Audio and soundtrack, I did a 7.
Yeah.
I love that intro thing when it's like cutting for commercials. Dun, 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 dun,
Oh, it's so cute, the little bumper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
So I put a 7 for that. What about you?
Yeah, I would agree with you at 7.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining me and watching my childhood.
I'm glad you could share it with me, and I'm sorry that there was things that were annoying.
No, hey, look, I'm just glad you enjoyed it, even though there was some pervy stuff that was going on.
Yep.
Still a fun, enjoyable series.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say this is probably like this hits 3rd place for me in what we've watched so far.
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
hell yeah. Well, thanks for listening, folks. If you want to check us out, you can find us at animates.com or go to our Patreon at patreon.com/animates. Follow us on all of your favorite platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, at Animates.
We have some pretty funny TikToks.
We do. They're pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
And catch us next week where we will be watching Dirty Pair.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Some space cops.
Hell yeah.
This has been Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball.
Can you send us out again? I know we did this last time, but can you send us out again with a Kamehameha?
Kamehameha.